is gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the red woods we watched were so gallantly streaming. On the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
There is one fact that I have not forgotten. Freshman year in English, I learned that the word integrity finds its origins in the Latin root term integer, or as our mathematicians know, a whole number. In the same way, a person of integrity is a whole person, undivided and indivisible. Graduates of 2007, be at rest knowing that we are a class of great integrity. It is through our sportsmanship that we have carried on an outstanding athletic tradition, our scholarship that we have produced academically excellent students, and our sense of duty that we have responded to crises time and time again. Although it seems as if integrity is often neglected in pursuit of transient and shallow glory, we, the class of 2007, have successfully brought it back. At 560 students, it's hard to imagine how we could quantify the dignity with which this class holds itself. Monte Vista has traditionally prided itself on its first-class education. Yet our year will be forever known as the year of athletes. In addition to displaying fine sportsmanship in the face of defeat, a record number of our student athletes have been recognized by prestigious colleges, not only for their athletic abilities, but for their academic achievements. This year, Monte Vista's boys soccer, basketball, and water polo were all North Coast section champions, with women's soccer and basketball coming in close second. However, it isn't only in athletics that we have found a source of self-respect. Without a doubt, Monte Vista has stayed true to its mission of excellence, and the class of 2007 only reinforces this tradition with its academic accomplishments. This year, 5 of our students were recognized as National Merit finalists, one of whom won the National Merit Scholarship. However, graduates of 2007, remember that our achievements mean little if a sense of values is not brought with them. Graduates of 2007, life is going to be exactly like the teacher that pesters us to turn in our homework, the faculty member who reminds us to pick up our trash, and the administrator who tells us time and time again to please remove our cars from the horseshoe to let the buses through. The only difference is that life is a little less forgiving. We were reminded of this when tragedy struck close to home. A fellow classmate passed away this time last year. Yet here we courageously emerge, shaken but standing tall, taken aback but not backing down. Some of us knew those who were directly affected. Others did not. Yet our common sorrow drew us together by the understanding that a beloved classmate, peer, and friend was a part of this class. We graduate here tonight knowing that he did not die in vain, but instead left us with a lasting, though painful lesson that charged our class with the responsibility to prevent another tragedy. Although time does not heal all wounds, in time, everything that has occurred here in the last 4 years will only be a distant memory. The voices will fade from the hallways, replaced by those of a younger class. Our smiles and laughter will no longer resound in the stairwells, and one by one, our pictures will be taken down in lieu of other students. But our memories are embedded in the walls of the school, in the beautification of the senior quad, in the championship trophies that line our hallways, and in the dreams and ambitions we take with us. Some of us will take them out of the Golden State and to the East Coast at Yale and MIT. Others will head down the West Coast to UCLA, UCSB, and USC. And yet others will remain right here at home at the University of California, Berkeley. Our students are spreading out all over the map, but our experiences thread us back to Monte Vista High School and back to the glory of the class of 2007. So graduates, forget not those who surround you, and follow the words of renowned author Barbara Day Angelis when she tells us that to live with integrity is to not settle for less than what you deserve, to ask what you want and need from others, to speak your truth, and to make choices based on what you believe and not what others believe. Leave tonight knowing that you are the graduates of the Monte Vista High School class of 2007 today, but you are the honor, the integrity that is going to create our world tomorrow. So although we have begun to go our separate ways, we are still whole. The class of 2007, undivided and indivisible. Graduates, be proud of your class. Congratulations, thank you, and good evening.
Before me today sit gifted scholars and accomplished athletes. But enough about the parents. Friends and classmates, this is it. The day we leave it all behind. The Costco muffins that are bigger than your head at the morning bake sales. Our beautiful new sign in front of the school that when you stare at it too long, you might get a seizure. The expected school-wide learning results, or as we've all come to know and love them, the ESLers. And of course, the after-school bumper-to-bumper traffic in 2 parking lots. Only at Monte Vista. Now, I've learned a couple of things during my 4 years at Monte Vista. Once a month, there'll be an unplanned fire drill at the most inconvenient time of the day. You can make it from the English to the science buildings in less than 6 minutes, 4 if you sprint. Which leads me to my next lesson. Stairs in the science building, slippery when wet. There's an abnormally large number of students that are sick the Monday after senior ball. And when they're sick, you can usually find them at San Francisco's Starbucks or in 2nd and 5th period, because they absolutely had to make those. Apparently, NHS puts the stud in study, and CSF has never been so fresh. And yes, San Ramon, you are SR. We've also had our fair share of rumors, and I'd like to address a couple of those right now. No, Hillary Duff does not go to our school. No, I did not get a 3600 on my SAT. And no, those white trees in the quad, they're not poisonous. They just really smell. As a high school student, I'm asked a lot where I go to school. And when I mention Monte Vista, people recognize it. It's kind of a big deal. Monte Vista, isn't that the school that sent 4 students to Harvard last year? No, I reply. That would be Monte Vista, Cupertino. We had 8. Plus, we can spell. Now, we may not be sending that many this year, but our year is still truly spectacular. Because in the words of the great Albert Einstein, not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted. Our year is the year of community, of unity. To the years before us and the years below us, we are known as the easygoing class that's carefree, but cares when necessary. We have learned to cooperate effectively. ESLer number 3. In our 4 cataclysmic years at Monte Vista, we experienced life together, from heartbreak to homecoming and everything in between. The construction of new buildings and the ever-pleasant sound of hammering during very important tests. The move of feast all the way down to the math portables. I love wasp pins, Disneyland, 007, flip-flops, and pirates. Wading through the itty-bitty freshmen in the hallways. Or as Mrs. Carruthers would advise, arms up and let the crowd carry you. And of course, that infamous question. Who exactly was Al Gentile? On a more serious note, we experienced reality together. The war in Iraq, the East Asian tsunami, Hurricane Katrina, and 3 separate instances of school violence across our nation. Most recently, the tragedy at Virginia Tech. But even when everything around us seemed to be falling apart, we stuck together. Today, as we transition from the bumpy roads of the past to the bright avenues of the future, let us keep in mind the wise words of the North Indian Prince Siddhartha when he tells us, "In separateness lies the world's great misery. In compassion lies the world's true strength." It is our compassion, ladies and gentlemen, that make us truly human. And class of 2007, as Generation Next, it is my hope that you will carry this trait with you wherever you go next year. Whether you become a Bruin, a Trojan, a Wildcat, a Quaker, a Gaucho, or even a tree. We are the best class. After all, we're the first class of Adjusted Tuesdays. Yes, in the future, we will make mistakes. We will trip and fall. We will do things we wish we hadn't. But hey, that's what college is for. Here's to the class of 2007.
Distinguished District Administration, School Board Member, Faculty, Senior Class, and honored guests. Today we meet to say goodbye to the past and begin a new and very personal journey. You have received a first-class high school education from a California distinguished and national blue ribbon recognized school. You are also leaving a high school that is rated among the best and was listed as one of California's top performing high schools in 2007. I ask you to remember that your high school diploma is not a measure of how successfully educated you are. In my opinion, what you do with that education after graduation is. You know, the term commencement means a beginning, not an end. And so I wish you, may this commencement, this beginning, take you on an exciting and fun-filled journey of achievement and personal happiness. Let me briefly give you some wisdom for a good life. As you go out to remake the world, I offer the following bits of wisdom. Keep learning, stay awake to amazement, be kind rather than right, and remember, while you may not agree with this now, being loved is better than being rich. Seniors, I congratulate you on this day for all you have achieved and for the promise that is vested in each and every one of you. I wish you luck, and I wish that life will be all that you make it, and your future be worthy of your dreams. My congratulations and the best to you always. You will always be a Mustang. You will always be welcomed here to come back and visit and let us hear about your progress in life. Class, would you all stand? All right, this is the moment you have been waiting for. By the power vested in me in state law by the Board of Education of the San Ramon Valley Unified School District, it gives me great pleasure to present the graduating class of 2007. With that, I ask all but the first rows to please be seated.
Amanda Kristen Lee.
Joseph Bishop-Williams. Justin Bishop-Williams. Laura Jean Bodnar. Kathleen Denise Bonelli. Paloma Mariela Calhoun. Brittany Ann Camisa.
Cole Patrick Bonner. Alyssa Marie Barano. Connie Yee. Jennifer Lynn Buich.
Hey, let's do it again. One more time. One more.
There are only a few people that come into our lives and leave a real impact. At the inspirational ceremony, Mr. Bob Stewart told our class that two things define a person: honesty and being a hard worker. He then continued to tell us that the only way we can lose honesty is by giving it away. And once we give it away and lose the trust of ourselves and others, it is hard to earn back. Over the past 4 years, we've been fed lessons like these from not only Mr. Stewart, but from other teachers, parents, and friends. We've been taught what it means to have integrity, how to be a leader, and the benefits of unselfishness. We have been influenced by people trying to make their own impact. Now, class of 2007, it is our turn to make an impact. I stand before all of you, my classmates, my very best friends, to give the last speech to conclude our high school years here at Monte Vista. Like every other fourth-year student with a bad case of senioritis, I procrastinated writing this speech until just a few short days ago. But this time, it wasn't because I didn't feel like doing it. It was because I didn't know how to say goodbye. There is no turning back now. So as Monte Vista becomes no longer a home, but rather a place of rendezvous, when we could come back and reminisce on what seems to be the apex of our life to date, I hope you carry with you the lessons learned. I hope that good moments pass slow, concerns stay insignificant. You always forgive, and your life becomes more than you could have ever wished for. I hope that your dreams stay big, and you never regret something that made you smile. That you remember to be honest, no matter what. To work hard, and to never give up on yourself. And most of all, I hope you remember all those who love you and want the very best for you. And of course, the place you left. As Mother Teresa once said, life is an opportunity. Benefit from it. Life is beauty. Admire it. Life is a challenge. Meet it. And life is a game. Play it. Congratulations, class of 2007. We made it. Graduates, it's now time. Please rise.